Hi, welcome back. Have you ever heard a loon call? I wish I could take you to the lake and have you listen, but unfortunately it's December 3rd and our lakes are frozen over, so the loons have flown to the ocean where they're going to winter and they'll come back to us sometime the end of April or beginning of May. But I do have a very cool contraption that sounds pretty much like a loon. Now, imagine warm summer nights under the pine trees, stars twinkling overhead, and from across the lake comes the call of the loon. It's one of my favorite summer sounds. Ready to hear chapter 27 from Mystery of Pine Lake? Loon chicks ride on a parent's back to stay warm and safe from turtles, eagles, and large fish. They ask to ride by nudging up against a parent's side. Pack Rat, Roy, and I ran to the lake and hurried down to the dock. I was about to jump into Roy's boat when Pack Rat grabbed my arm and pulled me backward. "What the?" I said. The water was ankle deep in the boat. I groaned. There was no time for bailing. By the time we'd finished and climbed in, my stomach was all twisted. What would we find out there? Roy had the boat going as fast as he could. Pack Rat sat up front while I sat in the middle bench. When Roy slowed to trolling speed and then crawled around the end of an island, I leaned forward. "Look," I said, "the raft is still there." Pack Rat and Roy cheered. "I can't tell if there's a loon on it, though. She might have her neck down." Pack Rat dug out his binoculars. He had them halfway to his eyes when he passed them to me instead. "I can't look," he said. "You do it." I smiled. Looked like I wasn't the only one who was a little nervous. Roy tapped me on the shoulder. "Tell me where to go," he said. Roy still had the boat crawling closer. When we were 300 yards away, I had him cut the motor. Pack Rat threw the anchor while I held up the binoculars to my eyes and searched. I searched again. My heart sank. There's nothing there. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. No loons. "What about the eggs?" Pack Rat asked. I shook my head as I scanned the entire lake. I lowered the binoculars. Nothing. The three of us went quiet. Somewhere in the distance, the eagle babies cried for their supper. A screen door slammed. The wind shook the leaves on the trees, making it sound as if it were raining all over again. But there were no loon calls. No soft hooting, no tremolo call. Roy fiddled with the pull rope to the motor. Pack Rat steered off towards Ant Island. Me? I wanted to scream, throw the binoculars, stamp my feet, and pound the water. Why? After everything we'd done, everything we'd been through, we'd lost them all. I handed Pack Rat his binoculars, and he put them away. I nodded to Roy, and he wrapped his hand around the pull cord to head for home. Hoot, hoot, hoot. Roy stopped. Pack Rat's head shot up, and he looked at me with round eyes. I looked at Roy. He was grinning and pointing towards the other end of Ant Island. The loons had swum around the corner and were coming toward us. As they got closer, I could see one gray baby on a parent's back. This was my favorite thing about the loons, how they let their babies hitch rides to stay warm. I'd never seen it with my own eyes before, though. Mom and Dad and Molly just had to see this. I knew what I was voting to do on our first family day. Pack Rat almost fell out of the boat when he spotted a second baby swimming between the adults. The loons drifted closer, and closer still. Roy put his hand on the pull cord to put some distance between them and us. Here's a Carl DeRocco illustration of the loon family. "No," I whispered. "They came to us. If we just stay quiet, it'll be okay." The three of us watched as the loons swam so close we could see the red of their eyes. "I think they're showing off their babies, Cooper," Pack Rat whispered. "They're saying thanks." I know I sat a little taller, watching those loons hang out together as a family. We saved them, Pack Rat, Roy, and I. Hoot, hoot, hoot. Without thinking, I cupped my hands around my mouth and answered with my best soft hoot call. One of the parents stretched out its wings and flapped them twice, bill in the air. Tucking them back against its body, it then waggled a webbed foot our way before leading the family away from our boat. "You're welcome," I whispered. "Stay safe." That's the end, Mystery of Pine Lake. I sure hope you enjoyed it. If you're looking for more pictures of loons, you can go to my website, tamarawhite.com. There's all kinds of loon photos that I took while I was researching the loon family on Lower Rang Pond when we owned the campground. Please take a look. Let me know what you think. Have a good day, and thanks for listening.